Johannesburg landlords are crying foul. This comes after the city started backdating sewage and refuse bills from 2018. Landlords claim that the billing system has been changed unlawfully, which has led to them paying more.
Well, this means tenants could see increases in rent. The Johannesburg Property Owners and Managers Association is now taking the city to court. eNCA senior journalist Aviwe Mtila has the story for us.
Sali Ramalamula is one of the frustrated Johannesburg landlords over a new billing system which he says will cripple the housing market. He claims the city has unlawfully changed the billing system from billing in accordance with the property's value to billing landlords per individual unit of their dwelling.
Previously, this building, which was valued at around 30 million rand, we were paying around 5,600 rand. For example, now, since they imposed these charges, that amount is now over 10,000 rand. And they now saying, obviously, they're going to do that back billing from around 2018, which is really something that we cannot afford. In two of our properties, we noticed that the outstanding, because they've done that back billing, it's sitting at 384,000.
Rian Reyneke too says the rates for his 500-unit building have shot up from around 1,000 rand he used to pay.
That will be a total monthly amount for waste removal of 1,159. Compared to a property like this that has close to 500 residential apartments at 92 rand a unit will cost you now 46,000 rand a month. So that is a substantial increase, and the charge gets passed on to the tenant. So it puts the tenant under affordability pressures.
After failing to engage the City of Johannesburg on this matter, Reyneke, who's also the executive director of the Johannesburg Property Owners and Managers Association, says they're heading to court.
Around about the 8th of February this year, we wrote a letter to the director of the head of revenue in the city manager and the new mayor, stating the problem, what we are facing with, and we've gave them 14 days to respond, and we have not had any response from them, and hence we and our members have decided to take them to court and to challenge this in court.
The JPOMA, with 98 buildings in the city, says their members are feeling the pinch.
Over those 98 buildings, 21 million rand in arrears was raised, increasing the average monthly cost, massively in many cases. So we immediately assessed the underlying tariffs, which is the policy document off of which municipal charges are based, together with the bylaws, which is effectively the law governing how the tariffs may be passed, and we came to the view that what the city has done is unlawful, and it's unlawful for multiple reasons. The most specific are that the tariff per year doesn't necessarily translate into being applied to these specific buildings.
Paul Jackson, a property expert and CEO of specialized commercial property financing company Turf, says local government taxation over the last decade has been rampant, far outstripping inflation by over 300% on average.
The average low-income household's paying over 1,200 rand a month to city. This is just too much, and we can get into why that's the case. So the per unit billing is really is another way to increase the level of taxation, particularly on the two very sensitive ones, which is effluent and sewage.
The City of Johannesburg attributes these latest hikes to the previous Auditor General report, which indicated over 2 billion rand loss in revenue collection. This, the city's MMC of Finance says, was due to illegal connections, meters that weren't installed, and incorrect property classification, among other things.
If it is seen that the property is incorrectly categorized, then the property becomes differently categorized. And in each case where a category changed, the customer was informed that the category had changed. The customer was informed of the difference it would make to their billing, and the city made itself available in order for the customer to enter into payment arrangements if it were necessary to do so.
While landlords say the backdated bills are exorbitant, the Finance MMC says it's just a slap on the hand.
It does need to be realized, though, that the sanitation and refuse are both taxes, and the tax can be backdated up to 30 years by legislation, and the city backdated 36 months, not 30 years.
The MMC says the landlords are within their rights in instituting court action, and she's sure the court will judge the case equitably. Aviwe Mtila, Johannesburg.